No, just saying. Yeah, well, I am. But there's just missed that signal while I was going live.
Ah. I didn't see it, sorry mate, I told you.
No, I'm not saying it. Just saying I did. It's Aaron's fault.
Oh, I smashed it as well.
Yeah.
And you missed the golden camera before it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that didn't align.
No, the signal did they?
Yeah, the signal definitely did.
Just over 10 points to the target area. It was a nice trade. Right. No. Why does it keep going on to gaming?
Did this yesterday on
Keeps putting the YouTube link onto gaming.
I did that yesterday.
It's annoying.
I was a bit confused.
Keep on having to. I need to have a look at why it's doing that. It says category is entertainment.
Because you keep saying GG.
No, it's not because I keep saying GG. It's not anything to do with the fact I keep saying GG. Not picking up on that. It's a funny fucking comment, but. he means gaming.
He must have done World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same on here. No, it's not. Come join us, Aaron. I'll make you listen to the same music over and over again. Where is he? Is he on? Not on yet. Well, we're up for one already. I forgot to do that yesterday. Right, we're going to have to wait for a bit of a pullback now. We've come that far. Time we on?
12:48.
Quite a bit of volume kicking in, considering it's an hour a bit before New York.
It's not.
Oh, it's half an hour before New York.
45 minutes before New York, yeah.
I was thinking that then. Bias volumes are starting to creep back in at these lows. Hello. Hello. These at the bottom of the chart are
All yours. Azem, all yours.
have just been released. You can add them to your chart. It's basically visualizing the dashboard. We've been trying to make it so it's easier to see. We thought the dashboard would be easier, but then it's only for live price. And at least with this, you can go back and have a look, you know, where everything aligns, right? So you can see price actions bearish, the candle colors bearish, which is part of the sequence, right? You get a bearish golden candle under the 4, then all price action, volume, bearish volume, all aligns.
Daily is horrible.
Yeah, daily's huge, which is another one. But then here again, right? Same thing, out of the queue, out of a new hour.
3 red dots. Good night.
Yeah. So like, although we're pushing back down at the moment, we can see that our price action's bearish, but our we're not yet aligned, but we're still getting bullish volume, as you can see. Now at the same time, even though people with the bullish volume's kicking in, it is still pushing down, which is a good sign because buyers are at the moment unable to take price back. But we are quite extended on the move, right? So if you look at, we've had first leg down, second leg down, third leg down. So this could be a push and a reverse for a bit more of a pullback. But we'll see.
I've got previous day lows.
I haven't got my fucking... keep turning them off. Where have they gone?
What you hadn't mentioned here?
That's really important. I keep removing signal things, trying to... Ah,
You blame me again, aren't you?
it's all your fault. It's all your fault. No, it's not your fault. Right,
All red.
so
All red.
all red now. You probably should get a signal as well. Although, have we had another golden candle? No, we haven't, so it won't, will it? You won't get another signal. Because you've already had a golden candle. I still would like, for how far you've come down now, this is pushing the extreme. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've not been in this trade on the way down, you're jumping in late.
Correct.
And it might still go. Yes, there's Blue Panda, there's plenty on the WAP for the new stuff. We've been very busy. As you can see, we've updated the look of the indicator. Focus a bit on trying to make things look a bit nicer. The volume buttons.
Hey, Costa.
Hey, buddy. Nice to see you on.
Forgot you got video on this one.
I have, yeah.
So if I do this.
Yes, abuse for everybody to see.
No point doing it, it's not on camera.
So main things to remember today, let's have a go through. So our Q, yesterday we filled that gap. Although we chopped everywhere yesterday. We've still got early in the week gaps as well. Really important one as well to have on. We've still not built in. We will build it in into our important levels. Need to just change my... Oh no, they should be there. Yeah, so we've got previous day low here, right? So still looking like we should go for previous day low. Let me just zoom out a bit. So we've already taken previous day high. So if we can take previous day low, then now we can expect further price action down, which would be a nice reversal swipe of the high. But you can see the volume where it's kicking in on the drops, right? Bang, bang. New hourly opening up below the daily and below the Q is very bearish. We've been stuck in between this range at the moment. We've been stuck in between the daily and the Q. This is when the Q opened here and we've just bounced in between. So what we don't really want to see is coming back up into this range. We want to stay below now and expand below. So we've got yesterday's previous day low targets, as well as back down into sort of this consolidation range where price consolidated for a bit. If we have a look at some of the higher time frames, let's go up. So the daily. So just mindful that although we are bearish today, we have been very bullish in our move up, and you can actually see the obviously price align in there, right, on the monthly. You can see us coming above the monthly, holding the monthly, and then we get a golden candle, all green, off we go, right? So if we can see bearish volume step in on the daily, that'll be good. Expect some sort of pullback. Could see us come retest. We haven't yet taken the low of the Heikin-Ashi, so that is 26. So 2600 possibly, but we are still quite bullish. So it's definitely one to be careful of. Let's look at the 12-hour. Oh, yeah. You can see the bearish volume on the 12-hour kick in before, right? So we've taken the previous 12-hour low, which is good. Would like to see more volume kick in, but you can see the close of the candle. We are right at the bottom. So Definitely nice for a potentially starting that pullback. We can see the bearish volume kicking in. Let's keep going down. 4 hour, we've taken the low of the previous 4 hour. Not much bearish volume though on this candle, so still one to watch. Hourly. We have got bearish volume, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, this is better. You can see the size of the bearish volume on the 30-minute. That might give us that continuation on down to, you know, like I said, the 2600s, 2500s, around this sort of level. So we've got 2 minutes left on this next candle. So that'll be a interesting one. We'll either, if we come through this will be a bit better, but it's just the build up. We want to see that continuation. The 5 minutes showing it nicely. $15 as well. You can see the growing of the volume. Just starting to let off a bit. You can see it's not quite as much volume on this 15-minute candle as the previous one, but that's fine. So previous day low is looking like a solid target. Whether we'll just creep down now. You can see the volume just maintaining bearish all the way. And it's not on every single candle, right? So if we go back, you can see, look, the volume pretty much dies off around here. Right? So what we are seeing is an increased level of volume, which is why it is showing on the candles. Only when the volume is above the average of this market condition will they show. So we just swipe previous, this is the previous hour, so we've taken the previous hour low. We'll get a little reaction off that and come back a bit. How to remove the green and red EMA line. Oh yeah, so in the settings, go to style, and it's these. So you can see. You can add it on if you want. I'm just leaving the fast one on for now. In fact, I don't even know why I have the fast one on. Should really be the other way. Right. And this is our 50, our 20. So it's just giving you the kind of, we can see we've been in quite a nice strong trend. Coupled with our volume, it's been pretty clear. This has been a great period of price action. Our 5 minute is still bullish at the moment. We are in the extremes on the 5 minute and starting to see the pullback with the bullish volume now. So if we get a golden candle, we can expect some sort of pullback higher. I have updated these. They're not out yet. They will be coming. Let's check out gold. A bit over the place at the moment. So I would expect us to reject potentially off of this previous hour. Even though bullish volume is kicking in quite a bit, we are in the queue. If we don't reject and break through, then I think we could return to the 4 hour up here. But this is where we're gonna, if this is gonna stop, this is where I expect price to stop and reverse. 5 minute is stepping down and bearish, so can you change the real closed dots colors other than white?
Sure, sir. Just checking.
I like to trade the if I had the choice between a buy signal and a golden candle, which one would I rather trade? I'd rather trade a golden candle because you're right at the beginning of the move. However, sometimes at that point it's difficult to kind of be confident in that trade, and therefore that's where I can end up sometimes trading buy and sell signals. What I don't want to trade with the buy and sell signal is a large move, right? So that's the expansion. So what a golden candle is meant to do is it's meant to show you the move before the expansion. So you can see here, you get the golden candle, and then you get the expansion. Now, the previous hour low, and we've got an area of support, so you're not taking this short anyway. But look at the size of the candle. That was the move that we wanted to be in. So I'm always conscious of, am I trading the move or am I in before the move, right? Because I want to trade the expansion. I don't want to be entering on the expansion like here, right? That's entering on the expansion into the queue. Here's not as bad. It's not as big. And we've still got room down to the previous hour. Here, look. But yeah, ideally, you want to be trading like this. This is not the expansion, right? This is a smaller move. And this is the expansion. Anyway. Let's check CL. Just come down on CL and taken previous daily low. And bullish volume kicking in on the 5 minute on this move down. So it'd be interesting to see whether now we come through with CL. ES. Previous day low. Not taken yet. I expect New York to take the low. So whether we get this bit of retracement now and then New York comes in and just comes down and takes the lows. With the new hourly open possible. Pretty similar move with ES, Q, daily. Yesterday gold was absolute cracking. I don't like gold as much today. It's much more range bound. Did we make it back to the weekly? Can't remember. We were looking at the weekly, weren't we, with gold? And then we broke down. So we got them shorts, but around here it was. Did we make a new all-time low? No. So for the week, so let's look at our weekly. Got too many zones on. Hang on. I just need two. So here's our too many weeklies. So here's our weekly, right? So we were looking at, okay, are we going to come and retest our weekly? Now this is our current weekly low. So I would expect gold by today or tomorrow to take this weekly low, as most of the time, if we're going to have a bearish week, the low will be put in on Thursday and Friday, right? So yeah, coming back to our monthly on gold as well. So we broke out the monthly here and we've returned back and retested. So next week, we could see gold expand out. Mind you, we've got a new month. We're almost coming to the end of the month as well. Yeah. So we'll get a new monthly candle. So that'll be interesting then to see whether we're above or below the monthly. Just look at that on the 12-hour. Maybe a second. Yeah, here, look, you can see the monthly. Right, where we've retested it here. Look, broke up, retest, break. We never retested this one, which is interesting. But yeah, the monthly, you can see when we've corrected at the top here, golden candle, we've then returned back to the monthly. And now we've had a nice rejection out of it. You can see there was quite a bit of volume surrounding that sort of area as well. Could see a breakout then. We'd need to see the new month to be able to do it, but yeah, that'll be interesting. So this is the current weekly low here. And you see there's our week, right? So if I add the previous week on as well. Here's the previous week. We came up, closed below, right? And then stayed bearish. New week, stayed bearish. Never retested. So if we were going to break out of this, these previous weekly levels would be areas that I would look for. Of like breakout, retest that one, and potentially here, like if we're not going to make all-time highs, this would be where I would expect potentially that failed push, and where structure could change. But our monthly is going to open, which means our monthly is going to be bullish as well, so that'd be interesting. Just check CL. Yeah, you can see CL on the monthly here. Look, we come below, reject from the monthly, reject from the monthly. But our weekly sent us bullish. So it's a perfect alignment to go back to the monthly. In the same way that we trade our hourlies and 4 hourlies, the monthlies, the weeklies, the yearlies, they're all the same. Ooh. So new weekly opens bearish. Are we going to make it back down? We're not going to make it this far in a week anyway. But maybe for a retest of this area on CL. Let's have a look at NQ. So bullish on NQ anyway, it's kind of pointless. It's just all just gone off. Yeah. Keep an eye out on gold. Okay. Can we change the colours on the? I was still. Can we change the colours on the real closed dots? Can't remember.
Real close will change. You can have them black or white at the minute.
Black or white in the minute.
If
Okay.
like the dark or light theme, they will automatically change on that.
So it's just the dark or light theme, yeah.
I will update the next one to put the colours in for it.
Yeah. There you go. T's kindly said he's going to put it in for you. So this is where I was expecting gold, if we are going to retrace back down, right, which we do expect, would be that around this sort of previous hour. But we are starting to get above. I'm just wondering, we're just going to push out that monthly. It's going to take a little bit of messing around, but whether we just push out now. See. So we're getting a golden candle, but still 5 minute. Which is interesting. 10 seconds left. Yeah, some of them get hidden. Yeah, I appreciate that. The only other way for you to do that in the way that you use it is to... no, to be fair, you just need to set it as the candle at the top. So go to V2, go to visual order and bring to front. The moment you can do that, you'll see, look, my dots are all above the candles. See? Above the candle, above the candle, above the candle. It's because your visual order of your indicator is too low. So just change your visual order and then the dots will go above. So you'll see them in the middle, like that. No worries. I had that same thing, James. I was literally... like, how do I get this? So annoying. They keep going behind the candle. What the fuck's going on? I know. Anyway. Bit of messing around. Aaron, is the music better? Can you use a white layout for the live? It's just clearer.
Yeah.
How mean are you? Do you know what? I can use a white. I don't like I like the way that the colours come across. See, if I go to white, my eyes. It's just not quite as... I have to just change my candle colours, hang on. It's just not quite as clear, especially with the values in the... in the side of it. Yeah. Not today, Aaron. Not today. All right, let's take a little look. We got 10 more minutes until New York, right? Let's take a little look. Let's go back in time. Okay. So we're all aware, obviously, like a trend ends at... Sorry?
As answer question about the colours of the bottom as well as
What colors are you looking at for dots at the bottom? Do you need all of them to align? We're just about to go through that now. That's a good question. So in a trend, right, we often know there are usually about three, at least sort of three, and then four is often your manipulation leg before things change, right? Now, sometimes obviously that increases, but normally you've got sort of between 3 and 4, and then past that are normally your sort of more manipulation expansion legs. But average is around that, right? Before you then see, even sometimes like that, a sort of reversal. So what you've got to be careful of is a lot of the time this expansion leg will not go that far from the current high. So if you've, and to be fair, most of the time they are much shallower retracements, and then you get a deeper one, a break above, and then so yeah. So these ones are normally fairly shallower. Right, and then you get this blow off. So you need to be careful that where are you in the legs, right? So good signal, and then here very often is where you can get caught because you're trading the end of the move basically. And you can already see that when we end up in that top, you often end up with price being a little bit more choppier or difficult to read. So there aren't many legs. And this is why if you were trading, any comment on Tesla? Yeah, we can have a look at Tesla. It's a good question. I'll do it quickly though while we go through the legs. So like people who trade, oh God, can't remember the name of it now. Like waves, Elliott wave theory. Wave 2 is normally your expansion wave, which is the one that you're kind of looking for. And it's just the cleanest wave, which is why people look for it. And it's just the second part of the move, really, which is what most people want to trade. Let's have a look at Tesla very quickly. Let's go up onto the higher time frame. So looking at Tesla on the daily, we can see we are just above. We just come into the top of our weekly, right? We can see this is all-time highs for Tesla, which is December 20. So there's January. So we're just at our 12-month. We're just above our 12 months. So I would expect Tesla to have some expansion up. And if we were to say targets for Tesla on the way up, I think at least 500s, above 500s is where I'd expect Tesla to be going to. Right?
This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. This is just good fun having a look. No. So what would be the difference of that is the next month will make a big difference. So if we and I'll show you why. So we'll very quickly add our 3-month and our 12-month in on this. Okay, so here's our yearly, right? So Tesla started the year, broke below, came bearish, came down to our previous year lows, previous year where we started, and then you can see our last quarter here broke bullish, which was the last 3 months, retested, came above, and then here we are doing the same thing again. So we're coming below the 3-month, and we're just about to come above and close above. Now, if we can do that, then we might see this next 3 months carry on bullish, but we're already above the previous year high. So we've broken the high of the previous year. So we can expect, up to sort of maybe all these highs come in. So that's why you're seeing that. We're also seeing bullish. The trends are currently stepping bullish. So, you know, we're not far off getting 3 bullish dots where we could expect that expansion like here. 3 bullish dots. Boom. Right? So here we end up in the quarterly. 3 bullish dots. We start getting that expansion. So, yeah. Tesla is looking good. From an intraday point of view, 5 minutes looking bullish. Pre-market's down here, isn't it, though? So we're at 450. And where's that pre-market? And where? Yeah. So we're down at 450. So we're opening up with a gap, so that'll be interesting. Back at our 3-month level. So I'd watch the 3-month level, see if we lose that. That'll be interesting. We'd have to wait for it to open. Right. Back to NQ. So yeah, when we're looking at the signals, what have we got here, right? So this is the beginning of the leg. So leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, and then we start that sort of change, right? So cleanest signal in here. When we start trading down here, although some of them can play out, it is a bit chasey. And same thing again, like when we move out, right? We're moving out. A little bit more corrective. And our correction phases are a little bit not as clean, but you can see if I add on golden candles, so here's where the trend changes, right? So here's break 1, correction, right? Break 2, correction, break 3, break 4, and then here you can see we start that reversal back down. So when you're taking these trades, you just need to be careful of where you are in the move and not trading into an important level, not trading into a zone. That's really important. We can see there's actually another zone above here, but we were trading up into the zone, right? Trading up into the zones, we need to be careful of those areas where we'll reject from. Trading away from the zones like this and back towards our 4-hour is fine. Right? So like here, we go below the 1 hour and we've got room to return to the 4. Same thing here, we can expand out with room to get our target above. So it's just being careful of like where you are in the leg. This is probably a cleaner example, isn't it? Right? Like here, now obviously you don't get tagged in on that trade, but just your miles, you've already gone, look, like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like end of the move. We don't want to be trading these and then we get a nice where it changes and drops. So that's something that's not built in for you. That's something that you need to think about when you're trading, right? Am I chasing? Have I missed it? Or are we at the beginning of the move, right? So 3 minutes, we're expecting potentially New York to come down and take this level. So we're above. So we're bullish. right? So even though we've gone red, we are bullish. You'll see the candles are all green. They're either green or yellow, right? So yes, you've got your bearish signals, but your candles are not bearish in line, right? So here you're bearish and you've got bearish candles. Yeah, bearish candles. So bullish here, but not yet bullish on your trend. Same thing here, right? We're bearish, but we're not bullish. We're bullish on the trend, on the candles. So even though we could have 3 align, it's not a trade we're going to take, right? So my trade was, as you can imagine, this was my trade. I was busy getting the live, otherwise I'd have had this one here. But I was just starting the live, otherwise we'd have had those two. But yeah, this was the first. That would have been the second. You can see the 5-minute bullish volume here stepping in. Yeah. So just expecting a retracement. It's just what New York's going to do, whether it's just going to swipe the lows first or whether it's just going to explode up, but we'll see. Anything to add on that, Tim?
Just watching the traffic lights when they open. I was interested to see the movement of them as it opens.
9:30 is very difficult to judge on stuff like that because it just can flip.
It's intriguing, isn't it?
Right, we're taking our low, which is what we expected at 9:30. Previous day low. This is what we were saying potentially we could come and get. If we get previous day low, then I'll be very happy to carry on bearish. T's in a trade. He's not. He's not.
I am not. Not yet.
But I do like closes below, as you know. We often like to trade these sort of retests. I don't think this will give us time to get in. If this is going to go for the previous day low, it'll probably just shunt down now. So I would imagine this trade might not even happen. Might just reverse now out of the hourly. Let's see. We're going to push for the previous day low. Yes or no? Yeah, it lines up just with the golden zone.
You've not got any. You've got the other one on. The other one already, haven't you? I'm on ATR.
Did it hit ATR?
It's about to. On tick from.
Oh, that one. Okay.
It's previous data.
Is your ATR a bit higher? Ah. Yeah. It's perfect to the ATR. Yeah. I still think it'll slap the previous day, but that would have been a nice target. I just trimmed it here
Point away.
while it was getting close. Yeah.
But it's going to go through it anyway.
There you go.
And yet again.
So, nicely aligned. Bearish volume. Previous day low. Bearish candles. Below the 1 hour. Right.
Thank you very much.
Nice start. Should have changed this yesterday. Nice. Could have left a bit of a runner going, but yeah, we think from a visual point of view, they just make it a little bit easier to see and go back and have a look where things align, where you can get those trades. So all targets hit on this trade. You can see we hit TP1 and then our golden zone and then TP3. All hit. And we are rocketing down. 5-minute golden candle as well was 2600, which was what we've just hit. That could have been a nice potential target as well. But anyway. I think it depends, Aaron, on higher time frame analysis. So these are only good to hold if you know you're in a higher time frame trend. So I wouldn't do it as a gospel to say I'm going to hold the trades. As a gospel? As gospel. As a gospel. As gospel. Gospel. Can't fucking say it. And I'm going to say that word ever again. That's it. It's removed. No.
There's no A.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gospel.
No. Never heard that word before in my life. I hate you. Aaron, how's the music? I want to know if it's
gospel music.
No, it's not. But we had a little bit more room on daily. Like the top of the is 925. Which if we're going to come back, we could just come back and retest the cloud. Which is your 9 moving average. Just, I can't. Depends how bearish this candle is going to be, but. Do 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 do. Hey, I removed that woman. She's gone. I put my hand in my pocket and paid for the license. So gold was still above, holding the level. So no trades on gold. Like I said, I expect us to reject here. So I wouldn't go bullish on gold until we have a new hour opening up. We got a new 4 hour, but I'd want to see a new hour open up here, and then I could see some expansion. Yeah, looking like we'll probably return to the 4 hour if we do go bullish. Same trade on ES. Ooh, go YM. So opposing trade, right? Take previous hour low. We're now bullish and above. And then back to that Q. Would have been our target, right? Nice trade on YM. CL. Starting to go bearish, but where are we? Okay. Don't like the 5, the way that we're just sat on there at the moment, so I wouldn't look at any of that on CL. First bullish volume. Still bearish though now. It's flipping between. Let's go up on the 5 minute. We've still got this low to go here. just come back a bit. We just tapped it. And then we've got this low as well. Okay, we've had a golden candle. So here we flip. Would have liked a little bit more of an upside on that one. You already have them. These are already just launched. So all you need to do is do this. Go down to your volume, right? And then tick off enable volume bubbles. And they have gone. That's it. You no longer have to look at them. If you want to use V5 in the same way, then tick off these and it will now remove the volume bubbles as a filter. Okay? And then you can use, if you want to add your 5-minute trend or any of those on, you can do that. Or alternatively, wait for these to align, you get your sell signal, bang, down you go, right? Same thing. No. Right? So you can, V5 is still in this indicator. It's just, all you've got to do is turn off your volume bubbles, which is here. Yeah, so turn them off, tick off them with the signal filter, and that's it. It'll be back to using V5. And then if you want to add on the 5-minute, you can. Otherwise, use your dots. So now we've got these out. It's taken us a little longer than what we wanted to get everything out. It's just, there's always things that get missed, like, can we change these colors? Can we do this? So like, there's always little bits and bobs. So we just needed to get a couple of things fixed on the indicators, and then we wanted to obviously get this out, and then put out all the videos around how to use them, the updates, how to adjust, because it's not there is more than this. We're close to launching the swing system as well. So the intraday system's fine, so you can go up to the 5-minute now, right? And this will automatically update for using the 5-minute chart, and so will the dots, right? So this is now based on a 5-minute chart, okay? And the coloring will be as well. So, but there's one more fix that we just need to do, and then you'll be able to switch that to a swing trade in higher time frame. The whole caboodle, basically. You'll be able to use it for anything. Yeah, of course. We will put them in. Now, what we did do was do this so that actually you could trade it like this. You don't have to have the RSIs on, right? For a lot of people, they're something they don't want to use, and that's fine. You can now have it off, and you can just trade it like this. All right. And that is easy accessible. And then you can tick off other things you don't want as well, right? So say, for example, you don't want the trend wave. And this is where I get in trouble, because I end up turning things off and then I don't turn them back on again.
And then you tell me that the indicator's not working.
Yeah. So I can turn off the trend wave, right? If you don't want it, and that's fine. That's now gone, right? So you can simplify what you're using a lot. We feel that what we were trying to do with this here, actually this does better from a visual point of view, because you can go back and see how it changed, as where this is just real time. So don't get me wrong, I think this is nice for higher time frames. So I can see the 15-minute and other time frames as well. But these are visually just a better way of seeing past performance, right? Where everything aligned. Right. I love the volume dots. That's just me. I can see, look, straight away here, look, bearish, 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 bearish. Bullish volume kicking in here. Even this, what looked like it was going to come back down. Bullish volume on it. And at no point has the bullish volume stopped, right? So all the way back, all the way through on this, we've had bullish volume. Coming back to our 1 hour. So we've taken the previous daily low, come down. And then even if you wanted to look at it from a normal candle point of view, we can see the same thing, right? Starting to see bearish volume step in here. Would have liked to see a retest of the hour. Now we've got 3 bullish volume. See if we've got that on Heikinashi. Yeah. So we've now gone bullish on our 3 setups, right? However, we are still not bullish on our candle color, right? So no trade. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. So what it is showing you is a specific market condition volume. So it is comparing previous sessions, times, conditions, ATR size, all that sort of thing, and saying, what does the volume look like today at this specific area compared to previously? So you can, and it's then based on the size of it, it's showing you like how well the volatility is. So we can see the volume's been pretty good. So now we're getting a bullish candle. Now we're coming back above. Only thing I would say is that now we're getting a buy signal as well. Volume's starting to decrease a little bit. Be surprised if this holds. Let's see. That's increasing again. What does Mr. B think about this signal?
Stop order, but yeah. Make sure I've got everything on. I'm going to do a zoom. I'll have my levels on.
I can't believe that's even getting used as an actual thing. You're not going to do a zoo. I think that's harsh.
It's up into the daily, isn't it? So.
Where's my daily gone?
Yeah, there we go. Do a zoom.
Oh.
Do a zoom.
It's the daily is the golden zone, though.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't be concerned too much. Here you go. This is a proper chart.
Ah, you.
I was only joking, and you really did have them off as well.
I did. I changed it to the 12-month. Oh, that's so annoying. There we go. Oh, yeah. So there's our daily. Fucking hell, Andy. Getting rinsed here for this. So the ATR is here, based on this sort of volume. Obviously, the daily is inside the golden zone at 149. These highs also sit around here as well. We've also taken out the hourly high, so I think the golden zone's a fair target. Obviously, we don't want to come back below the 1 hour, which is got 5 minutes to go. So we are looking like potentially the new hour's also going to close higher, which is good. So 141 is the ATR. And then the edge of the daily is 150. So there's the ATR target hit.
Boom. Green dots, baby. Signal volume dots.
That's what I say to your mum every night.
There's no need. There's no need. Such a child.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, we tapped that hour nicely. We were expecting gold to break up, obviously, after looking at the levels we're holding here. And look, you get the same thing again.
That's 5 signals in a row that line up with the dots.
Yeah.
All played out. 5 in a row.
Yeah, this is interesting, this one, because I don't like taking them when we've gone through with such a large candle. But we got that 4 hour, and like I was saying, I would expect us to come through and retest this 4 hour. And then I'd want to see this next hour. I mean, it's already opening above here. So I'm expecting gold to break above this 4 hour and come up sort of highs above here, especially the retest off that monthly. So definitely more upside for gold. Hello. So you've got to go onto WAP. It's an independent indicator. It's not built into Golden Candle. It's separate.
It is included.
Yeah, you don't have to pay anything. It's free. It's already, if you've already bought Alpha Zones and Golden Candle, it's already there. So nice. So what's this one? Dee 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 dee. I was taking that long signal. Now, if we weren't above an hourly like this, and that was the leg, I probably wouldn't take it, because I don't, when they've kind of pushed that far. But the only thing is, if it didn't have volume as well, and then the volume was at the end, I wouldn't take it. But this has been consistent volume all the way through, which shows a strong trend. Let me show you an example of week one, like here, look. So look, no volume, no volume, no volume, and then volume, right? And then say you get the signal on there, they're the ones to be careful. Or like here, look, come down, come down. Imagine that was bearish volume. But when you have consistent volume like this, bullish, 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 like that's good. And it's 25 points, that trade. It's quite a big trade, right? And even if you just wanted to try and scalp 10, you know this is the ATR, right? So this is based on high probability that price can get to. So even if you're just looking for 10 points, it's a good 10 points. Golden candle is with dot and V2. So golden candle is the volume. So the addition of the volume bubbles and the new look. Obviously, we've tried to make it look a little bit nicer. A couple of other slight improvements in some of the settings. This is called Alpha Zone's trend traffic lights because it is a trend indicator, right? It's not for when you take reversals. It is for when you're looking for price to show it's trending. And it's just an improvement from a visual point of view and looking back to be able to easily see, where your confluences would have lined up, right? Just to make that back testing and reviewing your trades a little easier. But clean day today. Since this started, it's been pretty clean in the way we've moved. V2. V2 is the latest one. Yeah, the dot is V1.5 and V2 is the volume. Now, I just want to remind everybody, if you want to use without the volume, all you have to do is just tick off. I appreciate it's not everyone. Tick off volume bubbles here. And then also make sure you tick off volume bubble signals. Now, you might want to keep the signals with volume. That's fine. You can do that. And just tick off the volume bubbles so you can't see them. Ready? Let's see if gold's exploded. Yes, it has. So, nice trade on gold as well. Yeah. So now, look, we've tapped up into the previous high. We're tapped up into the fair hour. The fair hour. What is going on? Your mum's got me tongue. And bearish volume is kicking in, right? So, really interesting. And you can see how actually, we haven't used the RSIs in our analysis in this. And that was the goal of always this, was remember to make things simpler. So like if you don't want to use the RSIs, you don't want to use that sort of same thing on NQ in the daily. If you don't want to use them, we needed to make it easier for you to see what they were trying to say, right? What they were trying to show you. And this is that simplified version for you. Which I feel like, this visually achieves it, right? So bearish volume kicking in. This is why I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at this, all the way up. Bullish, 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 bullish. Tap the daily. Start seeing bearish volume kick in. Like right now, you're in indecision. So we're just staying out, right? Not trading around this area. Let's just wait. Got a previous 4 here. There are also alerts built into these as well, just so if you want to set alerts for when you get 3 green or 3 red, you can do that and you will be alerted. Ah, chance, Costa. It's been a little slug.
What did you call me?
I didn't call you anything.
Call me a little slug?
No, it's been a bit of a slug.
Oh.
Like you know,
It's pretty rude.
I think we're stuck. So there's the bearish volume kicking in, starting to give us a little bit of a reversal, but we're still seeing it. Grey is buyers and sellers were equal. So remember, a lot of the logic that we use is using the alpha zones as our areas, right? So this, what we don't have built in is that taking a signal when you at an alpha zone or you're at an area of importance, right? And that's the bit that the other indicators add, is where are you in price? So you can see here, look, clearly we come up to the daily, we have a new 4-hour bearish volume kicks in, buyers try to push it and then they come out the other way. We're now getting a bearish golden candle with pretty large volume on. We are above the 50. So just something to be wary of at the moment, right? From a dots point of view, you've got a green, a red and an orange, so every color going. Oh, nice. I haven't looked at Euro USD yet. What were you? What chart were you on? Were you on Awanda or on normal candles? Yeah, nice. On the 1 minute, yeah. Not 6E. You're on Euro USD. Ah, Euro USD.
No, no.
I used to love trading Euro USD.
Just feels forever ago though.
Yeah. I'd still trade it, I think, if it was... I don't like the futures version of it. What a run. Out the Q, below the Q. Hits the weekly. Current weekly low. Sometimes it will do this, so we just need to click on, click off. It's just as it's loaded, it's ran out of steam. That's why we're not adding more to it. We are trying to improve the speed of the indicator. Very nice. Yeah, the only thing that I would say with the signals is on normal candles, they're not going to quite play as how I would want it. We are working on something at the moment with normal candles, see if we can improve things. But yeah, I would just be a little bit more. Oh, that's interesting. If you can see volume on this now, probably get a buy signal. Oh no, we've already had one, which was here, and we haven't had another golden candle. So, but I like this expansion out for Euro USD above the hourly, above the 4. Maybe returning back to this previous hour, possibly. But yeah. Anyway, get back to Winky. Still nothing, right? Remember, we're just. This is stay out, don't touch. Right, we're up to the daily, dots aren't aligned, you're stuck between the two. Right, if it's going to go bearish, guess what's going to happen? We're going to come break down, you're going to get bearish dots, and then potentially you get a trade. We are seeing that bearish volume is starting to take over. Let me see. Yeah, 5 minute, you can see that 5 minute candle had more bearish volume in. So, possible continuation down. Also, the 5 minute RSI is not in a great position as where it was lovely coming down. But anyway, you need one more dot, which I think you're going to get. Nice bearish volume increasing. So we want to be careful in that after this golden candle, I would expect an expansion. We've not seen an expansion yet. So we haven't had a signal yet. But what I don't want is the expansion to be the trade that we take. So I'd rather... Well, let's just see the next size of this next candle. Don't go too big. So we've got, obviously now we can see we're getting it aligned. If we can get bearish volume on this, you'll see the signal align. So price is going to need to carry on pushing down for us to get that. Need to see a close down here. Current close is here. Coming up a bit higher. So volume you can see is now equal. And then bearish by the time this one opens. So it looks like unless we get a push down in the next sort of couple of candles, probably won't get a signal. Yeah, we are. The normal candle update will be coming so that you'll be able to trade normal candles as well.
New year though. You just literally muted to swear at me.
I did not just swear at you.
Nobody does any different.
Yeah. I'm glad you really like the new traffic lights.
I made up.
This is visually, this is what we've been working towards, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Just that simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Not having to scramble around and look for over analysis when you want to take an entry.
Yeah.
Looking at it beforehand, going, yeah, this is clear, it's simple. Can I take a trade or not?
And like you can see how like the system's kept us out of this trade, right? So we haven't aligned. We've got bullish volume here. Like it's not taking us in. It's been close, but it's not. Let's have a look at gold. Oh, gold's already got to where. So gold's exploded nicely. Yeah, I mean that was just from the when we saw that earlier analysis when we were looking at that retracement back to the monthly. So we retraced back to the monthly, and then we were looking at that expansion out of it, which is nice because we've done that as we were. So you can see, look, sellers step in. Now the difference being is sellers step in. We've got a 4 hour. They're absorbed. And absorbed with bullish volume still increasing, right? So it's a shame we've not had a golden candle here to give us another one. Because I'd quite like that. If we break this, this could be quite a big expansion for gold. Now that needs to be on the higher time frame, not the lower time frame. Not a 1 minute chart break. But if we look at our hourly, right, this is where we've come down, retrace down, right? We've had bullish volume on here, but would like to see increased volume on this 1 hour. And then maybe, look, this is the first target we were talking about getting up to this weekly on the higher time frame. Let's see whether this is where we hold up. Let's just keep an eye on NQ. Retest to the 4. So if we can close down now, strong close down now, and get a bearish golden candle, this would be a golden candle entry for me with volume. I'd like to see on the next one as well that increase. That's fine. We want one more candle anyway. We don't want this one to be it, really. Oh, okay, you can be it. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, I would take that. And we're getting a buy signal on that one as well. So 46 being the first target. And then, you know, any of these zones around here, really.
Nice bit of volume on it.
So there's the first target from the golden candle. That's my trade done.
GG.
Oh, now you come out with the GG.
6 signal in a row.
You,
saying, 6.
You can say all you want.
6 fucking signal in a row.
Yeah. Would you take that sell signal as well? Oh, I love putting awkward questions on him.
hadn't took the golden candle, I would.
Yeah, if you hadn't taken the golden candle, I agree.
I would.
We're in the golden candle. That's the best entry. And what was beautiful was that was showing you that the golden candle, the golden candle aligned with the narrative, right? It's not going to give you the entry anyway. It's already going the other way. So that wouldn't be an entry for me on this sell signal because, well, we've almost hit the high, right? And now you can see that we're so no tagging on the sell. I think it probably will come through anyway and come down, but yeah.
See you later, guys. See you later, bud.
See you later. It's coming back. It looks like it's coming back. So here's 1R on the golden candle. On the, this is the buy and sell signal. High probability area. I'm not in the buy and sell signal because I took the golden candle. So I'd like this kind of zone here. Well done, Aaron. Yeah. I don't like this in terms of where we've started to have that flickering off, which is what I said to you. I'm not taking this this trade. So we want to see price come through. Now that was quite an expansion candle from the golden candle. We're also starting a potential pullback phase here. I bet you it's around 50% already. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we've retraced 50% of the move. Right, it's looking more bullish in terms of the break. We closed above this 1 hour. Not expecting this to come take the lows. But this immediate pullback with bullish volume, that was a no for me. And obviously the trade was the golden candle. So still some narrative. You know, it's not, can't do all the heavy lifting, but gives us some. This was an easy, clear trade, right? Rejection off, golden candle, hit our ATR target. That's all we're looking for, right? Yeah, and the 5-minute RSI wasn't aligned as well. And this is, I mean, I've turned it off for here, but you can see, look, we're stepping up, we're bullish. I can already see that we are starting a process of probably coming back a little bit higher. I mean, that's fine. If it's going to go bearish, it'll come down further. 5-minute bearish volume is good, but you can see, look at these, 5-minute bullish volume on these candles. Now we're getting bearish volume. So, looking like, even though I didn't like it, see bullish volume kicking in. It's just messy. Don't like it, but it might, looks like it's getting close to hitting target anyway, but it's just not one I like. Hey, well done. So there you go. The sell signal played out as well. Even though I didn't like it, it's obviously, you know, we've still played out. And that's the point. Look, we're below the daily, below the 4 hour. We are bearish, right? There's no longs in this. If we were going to go long, we'd have to get up here. But nice trade. So I've just been taking those base hits, right? Just those base hits. You know, and that's, yeah, 4 trades that I've done today. Well, since obviously the New York Open. Nothing fancy, nothing too crazy. Now the volume's up, which is why we're able to hit higher. But look, it's just them 4 trades. 1 contract. Sell it and buy it. That's it. I normally leave runners, but today just wanted to showcase the system, right? Taking your high probability moves. Six winning trades, not 1. And I still like, you know, kind of, this is my ideal trend, right? When we're coming down, this is my ideal trend when we're coming above, right? These moves here. And if we look at those as trades, right? So here's our ideal move coming down, right? This move. And then this is our ideal move coming up, right? And we've got clear space. We always talk about trading with space. So from here, where's your target? Well, you've got your high probability target, but it's pretty obvious. With this going to expand, we're coming up to the Q, right? And there's your first target, or, you know, what you want to aim for. It's pretty clear. And then here, right, we're coming below, out the Q, out the hourly, out the 4 hour. Where's your target? The daily, right? It's pretty clear. Space between them, and they're they're just nice clean trades in between levels. And then when we get down here, and obviously you haven't got any previous levels, it's just carry it on. So I'd like to know what people think about the volume bubbles, because obviously I think it's very intrusive on the chart, which I get. But I like them. Personally, I like them, but I'd love to know what you guys think. Whether we should have them default off or we should have them default on. Obviously, you can turn them on and off yourself, as we've spoke about many times, right? Just scroll down, and then turn your volume bubbles off here. You like them? Good. I like them. Well, not good, but that's great. Doesn't matter if you don't. Just interested whether... Because the way I try to gauge it is whenever I'm looking at these sort of things, and this, to be fair, this one came out of a bit of a surprise, right? Yeah, they are a bit cluttered. I understand that, and we are going to continue, as we have done with all these things, is think of ways of how better. Now, one of the things that I am looking to do with the bubbles is to have a bar representation of them as well. So you'd be able to add them at the bottom, and it would be a bar example of the volume, so that you can switch between having them as a bubble on the chart, and it will be a bar chart on the bottom. That's my next kind of my next way. So for me, how I kind of, it's like this. Like, look at we got bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bullish, bearish. This isn't a clean trend. Look at this. Bullish, clean trend, right? So when you're getting that indecisive with the volume, it's like you're not in a clean trend. Or, oh shit, when you're in an area where there isn't any, it's like, well, okay, this is where you're more likely to get price messing around. You can see there's hardly any volume coming in around here, right? And then here at 8 o'clock, an hour before New York, volume kicks in, and now you can see it on every single candle, and how much cleaner is that trend compared to, look, bullish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bullish, bearish. It's not clear. This is clear. Oh, I've done it again. Here, bullish, 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 but that volume just dies off, right? So it's better at identifying when you are in a clean trend, because you need activity in the market, right, to help you. And I can't stress that they're not just random, right? They're not just random volume. It is specifically looking at when you're trading and going, right, you're trading now, I'm going to look back and say, right, okay, during similar market conditions, what was the volume like? And how does the current volume now compare? So you can see, compared to previous times, right, the volume is above average and consistently above average, which means we've got activity in the market, right? So it's also a warning sign. Like here, I like them when we get up to levels. You can see the sellers stepped in there, big bit of volume stepping in. Buyers got absorbed, bearish volume stepping in, and then we started that pull away. We're still expecting to bounce. Look at our RSI. On the 5 minute, we're making higher highs, higher low, and then potentially we might push through. But we've also then got the narrative, we're below the 4, we're below the daily. So could be this push and another reject before maybe coming down later, but we'll see. Another half an hour make all the difference. If we can close below this previous 1 hour, then we can expect continuation on down. Let's just check gold. So back at the 4 hour. See, this is interesting. Even as we're moving down, right, there's sellers coming here, but we're still, people still trying to buy up gold, and they're just getting they're just failing to move price at the moment. And now we're getting bearish volume starting to step in. So like all through this, there's been no trade all through this, right? You can see from a signal point of view. Here was the last time. And now potentially we might get a trade on gold. Close below here would be good. So from a statistic point of view, your first half an hour, you've had your high in the 4 hour, and then potentially, if we take this low, that would mean that this would be the high, and there's more probability of that being our high. So if we don't take this low now and reverse out, that's quite bullish. You think about how close we've got to this low, right? So you'd want to see this low go. 15-minute is still bullish on gold. So our 4 hours holding, not yet taking it. 5-minute RSI still coming down. We're just breaking below the average line, but we're not yet bearish. 5-minute, as you can see, we've got no bearish volume on the 5-minute, right? So we've come up, nice bullish volume on the 5-minute, started to have that correction. We've taken this high, so no volume kicking in yet. So it'll be interesting to see whether the buyers come back again on the higher time frame. See you later, Aaron. Well done today, buddy. Starting to see bullish volume kick in. Want to see. So obviously this would be our golden candle, right? So here would be our golden candle. Could be a nice sort of breakout, and then you've got this high here as a potential target, but you'll also get your golden zone around here as well. If we do go bullish, we would need all of those to align. Looks like we might just take this low though. Okay, so that's good. Need to close below. Careful around here. Yeah, still seeing bullish volume kicking in. Let's just clean this up. That's a shame it's a little lower now. Just not clean in our movement down. There's more bullish volume in this moving down. I'm not feeling confident shorting, right? That's nice, right? That's what we want to see. And then if we're bearish, like at least we can see bearish volume taken over here, right? Little bits of bullish, bearish volume back to our 4 hour. Bearish volume. What we don't want to see is bullish volume like this. Doesn't mean it won't come down. It's just not as clean as a downtrend as we want, right? Yeah, we'll see. See how clean this is? Starting to get a little bit messy, but nothing for us anyway, so don't worry. Right. Is it just that buyers just cannot bring gold back? And it's just going to give a little bit of a retracement. So 50% of the leg is around there. Oh. Ah. I'm not taking it. It's gone anyway. I'm not taking it. It's just not. It might well hit target, but it's just not for me. I've not seen. This is. And they're losing, but it's just how quickly it's going to come down, or whether I'm going to get mess around in the trade. 5 minutes almost under. Let's have a look at CL. Yeah. Yep. See, there's no real volume on CL. Like, sporadic. No. We want to trade ideally markets with volume. Gives us cleaner moves. So, no. I do like NQ today. I think NQ's looking pretty good. More cleaner. I think we need a little bit more time, but yeah. Oh my god. It's playing. It's teetering down. But just not with conviction yet. Oh, it's just horrible. I'm sure it'll just do one big plummet, but yeah. So ES, back to our 4 hour. So with the weekly on ES, so you can see that we came down to, we're inside the weekly. We've come through and then come back out the weekly and just held the top of it, and then we're just bouncing between. It'd be easier with ES to get above and maybe come back to the Q, possibly, as where NQ is more bearish. Do you know what, guys? I think we've had a great day. There's no need to stress. Our 5 minute volume is still bearish on NQ, so although we're triggering up, I think eventually we might just wait for this pullback to end, and then we might see some more downside. But we've had a good session. I hope you've enjoyed the introduction, the new updates, and obviously I will see you tomorrow. Other than that, guys, thank you very much. Good time to call it a day. Yeah. Not even going there, gold. Go away.